Welcome back to Music Scholars. Congratulations to our 3 Perfect Music Attendance raffle winners, Takaya in UIC, Alante in Georgia Tech, and Edgar in Xavier. Thank you 3 for always coming to music class, always completing those exit tickets, and always trying your best. You are greatly appreciated. I hope you start to think about what song you want to start next week's music class off to, and come on Friday to pick up those prizes. Our objective in class today is to digitally write 8 measures in 4/4 time on Noteflight. Alright scholars, today we are going to review exactly what we did last week because there seemed to be a lot of scholars who were really confused about how Noteflight works. So today we're going to walk through step by step how to set up your Noteflight again and how to write different rhythms and pitches using Noteflight. We're going to be a lot more intense in this one and go step by step by step. So please make sure that you're following along. If you're confused at any point, go back in the video and see if you can figure it out by watching the video again. If you're still confused about anything at any point after trying to re-watch the video, please text or email me with what your question is and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Alright, get ready to watch the video. Please follow along as closely as you can. Alright, to start off, you are going to noteflight.com, typing in noteflight.com. It should bring you to a page that looks like this. At any point, if this video is going too fast and you are not caught up with me, please pause the video so you can be caught up with me at all points. If you were able to sign up last time, you are clicking sign in. If you were not able to sign up last time, you are clicking sign up free. You are going to consent to Noteflight's terms of use and privacy policy and click sign up with Google. If you have your GLA Google address saved here, you are using that one. If you do not, you are choosing a different one to use. I'm going to choose this one to use because it is not set up with a Noteflight account yet, so you'll see exactly what your screen will show when you sign up for a new account. Here you are creating a Noteflight username. It can be anything you want. There are limited amounts of usernames, so you might have to add some numbers to the end to make it uniquely yours. Where it says tell us a little about yourself, you are clicking I'm using Noteflight to write or arrange music. For educational use, you are a student. You are not selecting a primary instrument. And then you're rating yourself as a composer. Have you done it before and you feel really good about it? You've done it before, but you're not sure if you're good at it. You've never composed before. You've never written music. You're rating yourself. How would you rate yourself as a performer? That means somebody who plays music. You play music all the time. You feel great about it. You've played music in front of people before, but you didn't know how you feel about it. You have never played music in front of anybody before. You are rating yourself however you see yourself, and then you are clicking Get Started. Here you are clicking Let's Go. It's going to introduce you to all the different tools in Noteflight. I'm going to exit out because we did this in the last video. If you did not watch the last video, please watch that one first because that might answer some of your questions about signing in. For today's lesson, we are all going to be doing the same exact thing. So everybody should be on their home page right now, whether they signed up a brand new account or they were in their old account that they created last week. You should be on a home page that says My Scores here and has this bar up top. Everybody is going to start by clicking the plus sign that says Create. I'm going to remind everybody one more time. If you get behind during this video, please pause the video, catch up to where I am, rewind the video if you need to rewatch something, and make sure that you are always following along. Once you click that plus sign, you are starting from a blank score sheet. It should be highlighted right there. Clicking OK. This is the screen it'll automatically give you when you are opening a new score or a new piece of music. Alright, now that we all have a fresh piece of music up here, the very first thing we're going to do is get rid of this keyboard down here. This keyboard can be a useful tool if you want to hear the different pitches. But if you don't know how to play the piano, it's not that useful, so we're going to get rid of it by clicking this keyboard button. Remember, everybody is following along with me for today's lesson, so we all are on the same page. To rename the piece of music, you click where it says Title, and you give it whatever name you want. I'm just going to name mine Practice. After you give the song a title, you are going to put your name where it says Composer. So you click on Composer, type in your name. Next, you'll notice that we have two different staffs here, one with the treble clef, one with the bass clef. We want to get rid of the one with the bass clef just to make our lives a lot simpler. So you're going to click this bass clef, and you should see an orange highlighted along the whole bottom staff. On your keyboard, you are going to press the delete button. When you press the delete button after you highlight that whole bottom staff, it gets rid of the whole thing, so you are left with just the treble clef staff part. So now we are going to write 8 full measures together. To make a note, you click on the measure that you want to put the note in, and it should highlight it orange. Then you can see these notes starting to go up and down on the different lines and spaces in the measure. We're going to start off by practicing on the bottom line. So I see it's on the bottom line because, because I have the line going through the circle of the note. So once it's hovering on the bottom line, I'm going to click it. And you can see that it plays the sound for you, and it will automatically be a quarter note. If you want to change the duration or the rhythm, all your different options are right here. So we're going to try all the different options today. We're going to start with a whole note. So far, it's a quarter note on the bottom line for E. To make it a whole note, you click the whole note button. If your note isn't highlighted for any reason, if you click the whole note button or any sort of note buttons, it's not going to do anything. So you need to make sure that your note is highlighted. Then you can change the duration of it. So again, our first note is going to be a whole note. Alright, we want to make another note. This measure is full because we did a whole note, so the whole measure is full. So we're going to click on the next measure. The next measure is now highlighted. I can now choose where my note goes. I'm going to have it in the bottom space for F. So it's in between those two lines. I click it. Again, it's automatically going to give me a quarter note. I'm going to change it to a half note. It's highlighted orange, so I'm safe to change it to the half note button. Alright, I want to make a new note. Because we're in the same measure, it'll automatically let me make a new note. Even though there's that rest right there, I can just write over it. So I'm going to go to the second line now for G, click, and it's automatically giving me a half note because that's the last value that I used in this measure. I'm going to change my half note to a quarter note. Notice how it's automatically putting rest in place to finish off my measure. I don't want to use a rest quite yet, so I am going to move my note to the second line for A. I'm going to click, and I want this one to be an eighth note. So I clicked, changed it to an eighth note, and I want another note next to it. I'm going to go to the third line for B, click, and I want this one to be a 16th note. Now I have my 16th note there. It's automatically putting a 16th rest there. I want to keep that 16th rest there, and I want to go to the next measure and put a note. But as you can see, it's not letting me put any notes in this third measure yet. Remember, if there's a rest there and you want to go to a different measure, you want to keep that rest, you have to click on the measure in order to start in that measure. So I am going to go to the third space for C. I'm going to click. I'm going to keep it at a quarter note. This one, I want to leave this rest here, and I want to put my next note after the rest. In order to do that, I need to click on this half rest that they have right here to show that's where I want to put my next note. I'm going to put this next note on the fourth line for D. It automatically made it a half note. I'm okay with that. We're going to keep it at a half note. Moving on to our fourth measure. I'm putting it in the last space for E. Just for fun, I'm going to change it to an eighth note. And then I'm going to go to the last line for F and keep that at an eighth note. For your 16th notes, remember 4 of them make a beat. Oops. 4 of them make a beat. So if I wanted to fill up this whole beat with 16th notes, I'm going to click, turn it into a 16th note, and make my 4 16th notes like that. If you want to add a measure, well, let's say you make a mistake. I didn't want to put that there. I made a mistake. You go to these 3 bars, click them, and where it says edit, you can always click undo. There we go. Alright, I'm going to click on, well, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to click on my last measure. Then I'm going to click this add measure after sign. Now I have a 5th measure to work with. When you turn in your scores or your compositions today, your first 4 measures should look exactly like mine. They should look exactly like mine. You should have been following along every single move that I made. You're now going to make 4 more measures using any notes, so any lines or spaces, and any rhythms that you want. If at any point you are lost or confused, please email me or text me with your question, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Before you email or text me, though, please rewatch the video and see if the video can answer any of the questions that you have. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and make a simple rest of my composition here. So I have my 5th measure. I'm going to add another measure. I have my 6th measure, adding another one. That's a 7th measure, adding my last one. There we go. So I have 8 full measures, 1, 2, 3, 4 that we did together, exactly like Miss Ziegler did, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 that I did by myself. If I want to listen to it, all I have to do is press this play button right here. So it's going to start wherever the note is highlighted. So I'm going to start at the beginning here and play it again. That's my composition. I think it sounds pretty beautiful, so I am going to go to Score Details now and scroll down to Share. Clicking Share, it should say this score is not currently shared. That's what we're going to fix. So you're going to click Share Score. Select who can access this score. Everyone. Anyone with a link can view. You're then going to click Next. Your score is an original work, so you're going to click Save. Now it should say everyone with a link can view this score. Once it says that, you're going to click these 3 connected dots down here and click Copy Link to Score. It should say Score Link Copied to Clipboard. Then you are going to go to your email. You're going to type in mail.google.com. Your email should pop up and you are clicking Compose. Where it says to, you are writing LZIEGLER@glachicago.org. Where it says subject, you are not pasting the link. You are writing your first name, your last name, and then note flight. Here is where you're going to paste the copied link. And to paste, you either right-click and press paste, or you hold down the Control button and press V. So you're holding Control and V at the same time. Those are 2 ways to copy and paste your link. You're then going to click Send, and then you're done for the day. If you did not send me a note flight assignment last week, which was about 95% of 6th and 7th grade, so most of you, if you did not send me a link last week, this is your chance to get credit for not only today, but also last week's recorded class. If you did send me a link last week, you are getting extra credit. Congratulations. If you did not, once again, this is your last chance to get points for this week and last week. If you did do it last week, congrats. Keep doing your work every single day. I appreciate you. I need to have this email by the end of the day today. End of the day today, make sure this email is in my inbox. If you're having issues, email me or text me at 630-708-7298. All right, make sure you're trying your best first, watching the video, pausing the video if you need to, and doing your best work. You have the rest of class to finish up this assignment if you have not done so already. I cannot wait to see you guys next week. Please, please, please email this to me so I can give you points. All right, have a good rest of your week. Bye.